tutorial series of the operating system. I am your instructor Varshata. Let's start our lecture series. Okay, so at the end of this video, you will be able to learn about the Unix command. Okay, so we will see the different Unix commands. So let's start. So first command is cd. Cd, that means what? Change directory command. Okay, so change directory command help you to change the directory in which you are now currently. So the cd command is used to change the current directory. For example, the directory in which the user is currently working. And the syntax for this, that is cd in bracket, that is the option, and again in bracket, that is a directory. Okay, so this is the optional. If it is written in the square bracket, you can write the cd dot dot to move to the parent directory. Okay, now here this is the table in which there are the different options that you can use. For example, cd dot dot. If cd dot dot is there, that means what? The change current directory to the parent directory. Okay, so if you will write the cd dot dot, it will move to the parent directory. Then cd tilde sign. What is the meaning of this? It is move the user to the home directory from anywhere. Okay, so if you want to move to the home directory, you can write this cd tilde command. Then the cd lab1. That means what? It changes from the current working directory to the lab1. Then next is the cd dot dot slash downloads. What is the meaning of this? If we are currently in the home username and document, then we would be placed in the home username and downloads. So like this way you can use the cd command to change the directory. Okay, so here the change current directory to the parent directory. So you can see the current working directory is a home student, and now if you will write the cd dot dot, it will move towards the home. Now next is the cd tilde. That means what? Move the user home directory from anywhere. So here you can see if you are using the cd tilde, it will move to the home directory from anywhere. Now next is the cd lab1. That means what? Here it will move to the cd lab1 directory. Here you can see first it is in the documents. Where the cd lab1 commands is written, before that you can see now the user is working in the documents directory, but when it is pressed that cd lab1, it will move to the lab1. So here the immediate next line you can see right now the current working directory is lab1. pwd command that is used to print the working directory. Okay, now this is the fourth type, cd dot dot slash downloads. That means what? If you are working currently in the home student and documents directory, then if you want to move towards the home student and downloads, then you can write this command. Okay, so here you can see the pwd, that means what? The print working directory, that is the documents. But if you will write the cd dot dot slash downloads, and after that if you will print the working directory, it will print that you are now currently in the downloads. Now next one is the ls command. Ls command that is used to list the directory content, whatever it is, whether it is a file or whether it is a directory. Okay, syntax of this, that is ls options files or directory. Okay, and here these are the numbers of options that is for the ls command. If you will write the ls-l, it will show the long listing information about the files and directory. If you will just write ls, it will just print the name of the files and directories. Okay, ls-a, that means list all the files including hidden files, that is starting with the dot. Okay, then ls-r, that means list in the reverse order. ls-t, that means it's short by time and date, and ls-s, that means it shorts by the file name, file size, sorry. Then ls command, here let's see what is the meaning of all this. When you are listing this ls-l, that means you are listing all in detail, where d stands for the directory, here dash stands for the file. So if the directory is there in front of this list, it as a prefix it will return as a D, and if it is file is there, and then there is a dash is there. And here it is a read, write, execute permissions for the user, that is a root, group and others respectively. Okay, so RWX, that is what the read, write, execute permissions that is given to the root user or group users or others users respectively. Then here DRWXCR, that is the owner, that means the root. And here this XR-X, that is what, group. And here the next that is containing this blue line, that is what, others. Okay, this is what the numbers of links for directory or file. Then next it is showing the specified owner of the file and directory. Okay, so here if it is a home, then it will return as a if it is a root, then it will return as a root. And if any other user that is that account is there in the operating system, so if he or she created file, their name will be appeared here as the owner name. Specified group of file or directory. And here this indicates the file or directory size in bytes. And here it specified the date and time of the last modifications of the file. And here it defines the name of the file or directory. Okay, here ls, here in first image you can see if you are just writing the ls, it will just print the name of the directories. Okay, but if you will write ls-l, it will print the details, all the file details. Okay, now next list all the files including hidden files starting with the dot. Okay, so whatever the hidden file is there in your system, if you want to display the hidden file, you have to write the command ls-a. So here you can see the file name that is defined, prefixed with the dot, that all are the hidden files. Now next is the man command. Man command, it is the interface used to view the system's reference manuals. That means for any command, if you want any type of information, you can just write the just use the man command to get the informations about that command. Okay, so syntax here you can see that is a man, in bracket you have to write the command name. Okay, so for example, suppose you are writing man ls. So it will display all the informations about the ls command. Okay, so name of that ls, that means the list directory contents, and how you can write, that is the syntax, then description of this you can see. So whenever you want the informations about any command, you can just use this manual command to describe its information. Now next is the echo command. Echo command, it displays the line of the text string on a standard output or a file. Okay, for here the syntax is the echo, options and strings. Here for example, echo-n, that means do not output a trailing new line. Then echo-e, that means it enables the interpretations of the backslash s and escape sequence. And here these are the different options, that is a /b, that means it removes all the spaces in between the text. If you will use the /b, it will remove all the spaces. And then if you have used /n, then it creates the new line from where it is used. Then /t, it creates the horizontal tab spaces. So here you can see echo hello Linux, that it will display hello Linux. Okay, then do not output a trailing new line. Here in above figure you can just see display the output hello Linux in a new line. Okay, but here if you don't want to trailing a new line, you have to use echo-n hello Linux, echo-n hello Linux. So it will just display the output in the next line, and after that there is a command prompt. Now next /b, use of /b/n and /t. So here you can see in the first line echo/-e hi good morning is written over here using the /b. So meaning of the slash b is what? It just remove all the blank spaces, all the spaces. Okay, so here hi good morning is without space, you can see. After that it is written echo dash e hi good morning using the slash n. So it will print everything in the new line from where the slash n is written. Then after that here you can see the echo dash e hi good morning, that is written with the slash t. So whenever you will just execute, it will give one tab space, one horizontal tab space. So here you can see the output hi good morning with the tab space. Now next is a cal command. Cal, that means the calendar command. It displays the simple formatted calendar in your terminal. Syntax for this, that is a cal option. After that you can write day, month or year, whatever you want to display. Now example includes cal-l, that means what? It displays the single month output, or you can just write the cal. Cal-3, that displays the 3 month spanning tree. Then cal-s, that means if you want to display the first day of the calendar as a Sunday, then you can write like this way. Then cal-m, that means if you want to display the first day as a Monday, then you can write like this way. Cal-j, that means it will display the ordinal numbers of whole year. That means there are total 366 days is there. So it will just count each and every day as a 1, 2, 366. Okay, so whatever the day number is there, according to that it will display the month. So let's see the example for this. Here cal-l, that means you can see it will just display the current month. After that cal-m, that means it displays the Monday as a first day of the week. So here you can see, and if you will write the cal-s, then it will display the Sunday as the first day of week. After that cal-j, so it will display the ordinal numbers according to the day, that is according to the year. Okay, and if you will display, if you want to display the whole calendar, you can write the cal-y, so it will display the entire calendar of that whole year. Now next is a date command. So date command print or set the system state and time. Syntax of the date command, that is date options plus format. And examples that is given here, how you can use the date command using the format that is given. So date plus modulo a, that means it is the abbreviated weekly name. So if you want to display the abbreviated name or full name of that particular day, then it is possible using the date command. If you will write plus modulo capital A, then it will display the full name of that day. Date plus percentage B, the abbreviated month name. Then date plus percentage capital B, it locals the full month name, that is for example January. Date plus percent modulo C, that means the current century, like modulo Y, except omits last 2 digits, that is 20. Okay, and date plus modulo W, that is the day of the week, for example 0, that is Sunday, 1, that is Monday, like this way. And these are the again different date options, that is for example date small d display the day of the month, or then modulo m, that displays the month of the year from 0 to 12. Then modulo y displays the last 2 digit of the year, for example 00 to 99. Then capital Y, it displays the 4 digit year, for example 2020. Then modulo T, it displays the time in 24 hours formats. Modulo H, it will display the hour. Modulo M, it will display the minute. Then modulo S, it will display the seconds. Okay, so like this way you can use these types of different commands according to your requirement. Okay, so let's see some of the examples of the date command. So here the abbreviated weekly name, if you want Sunday, so you can use like this way. So date modulo A, so it will display for example Tuesday. Then after that, if you will write more capital A, then it will display the Tuesday. Okay, so display the day of the month, then display the month of the year, and display the last 2 digit of the year. So you can write like this way, display plus modulo D, so it will display the day of the month, that is the 24th day of the month. Okay, so then the modulo m, so it will display the third month, and date percentage y, that means it displays the current year's last two digit, that is for example 20. Okay, then last one is the clear command. Now clear command is used to clear the terminal, and one main thing that you have to know, that if you take a detailed look after the running the clear command, you will feel that it is not really clearing the entire screen, but what it will do, the tool just shifts the text upwards out of the viewable area. Okay, so you have the illusion that the screen is clear. Okay, so just you have to write the clear command, so it will clear everything. That means it will move this all the things upward, so you can see the clear screen. Then cat command. So cat command, it is used to create the display create display and concatenate the file contents. The syntax of this, that is a cat option and files. Example, here you can see cat-b, that omits the line numbers for blank spaces in the output. Cat-e displays the dollar sign at the end of each line. Cat-n, it line numbers for all the output lines. Then cat-s, that separates the repeated empty output lines, and cat-t, it displays the tab characters as a control I in the output. Examples for this cat file, here you can see the $cat, this greater than sign, file 1.txt. That means what? It creates the file 1.txt and allow the user to insert the content for this file. And after inserting the content, you can use the control C to exit from the file. So this file 1.txt, that will be automatically saved, and whatever the content you have written, that will be saved in that file. The next one is the $cat file .txt greater than new file .txt. So what it will do, it will read the content of the file .txt and write them to the new file .txt, and it will overwrite anything if it is written new file .txt. Okay, and if the file is not exist, then it will create the file. The next example is the cat file.txt double greater than sign than new file.txt. So what is the difference between this and previous one? It reads the content of file.txt and append them to the end of the new file.txt. That means it will not overwrite. And if this file is not exist, then it will create the file. The next one is the file 1.txt and file 2.txt greater than the combined file.txt. So what will happen? It will create, if the file combined file.txt is not exist, then it will create it, and if it is exist, then what it will do, it will write the content in that particular file of this two file, that is file 1.txt and file 2.txt. And here cat file 1.txt and file 2.txt, that means it will describe the content of this two file. So first cat-b, it omits the line numbers for blank spaces in the output, and cat-e, that means it displays the dollar signs at the end of each file. So here in this figure you can see the first it is written cat-e, that is file 1.txt, so it will display the hi good morning is written over there in the file. So after hi it will display the dollar, after good it will display the dollar, so like this way it will display the good dollar sign. Then next you have written that cat-b file 1.txt, that will display the line numbers for each and every line that is written in the file. Okay, so in this video we have learned the Unix command. Remaining Unix command we will see in the next lecture. So thank you for watching. We will meet in the next lecture with a new command. Thank you.